Okay, so basically, I'm just gonna be talking about the characters that I see that were confirmed for Disventure Camp All Stars. I'm not really sure how this video is gonna go, but I guess I'll just say my opinions on the characters that are rejoining. Okay, so first you have Ashley. She was okay in Disventure Camp Season 1. And I'm only gonna be talking about the remastered version, not the 2021 version, since that would be too confusing. She wasn't the worst, since it seemed like she was way more clueless in the 2021 version than, this version in 2023. But, she was tricked by Fury again, so she could probably, redeem herself, which, that could be good, so, yeah. Okay, so probably sound weird, but I actually didn't see Miriam returning. Now, it's weird, because each time there's a finalist, they always return for the next season. But then Miriam, I didn't see it happening, even though she did win, last season. And the only reason I say that, it's gonna sound like a weird reason, but it's because, of her age. It's confirmed that she was 72 years old, which I found a little bit crazy, because I thought she was in her 60s. But I think she's a pretty cool pick, still. Since you also have other characters like Connor, coming to the island of Rhea, and they're, actual adults. Well, majority of the contestants are adults, but, some of them, they're like young teenagers, or not even young, like old teenagers. I don't know what you would call it, but, interactions with Connor, maybe even Rhea, could be a little bit interesting. And speaking of Connor, he's also coming back, which I found a little bit unexpected. So, this is actually said in Season 2, but he doesn't really come there for our money, he just came to, have a good time. He's like, he has the mindset of like Owen, just a little bit. He came there just to have fun, and that's basically what Owen does. Owen's there for the money like a little bit, but mostly has fun. So that's basically what Connor does. Now it is a little bit different with Connor, since originally he joined to feel younger, even though he's in his 50s. So, it was a little bit weird. But him returning, I thought that was pretty cool, except he's probably going to be an early boot again. Allie, on the other hand, I'm not really sure about her. I don't hate her, since, there's not really much I hate about her. But if you remember from Season 2, and if you never watched Season 2, then I guess spoilers, even though it's been like a year. Hunter, Tess, and Allie are in their tri-alliance. I don't know how you say that. But after Tess goes away, Allie just becomes, kind of bland. She just gets into the background a lot more. And, about this episode or two where she gets eliminated. I'm not really sure how it's going to play out in Season 3, in All Stars. I'm not really sure how that would go. Maybe she gets into a relationship with Tess, since, I don't know, that kind of just seems obvious to me in the finale of Season 2, just a little bit. Ellie, on the other hand, I'm not really sure. When I think of Ellie and Gabby, since they're both in a relationship in the show, I don't like Gabby at all, but we'll get to her eventually. Ellie I'm more fine with, since, she's more level-headed. I kinda didn't really like her placing third in Disventure Camp, since she was, already eliminated, but then came back rejoining because of some weirdo crap. But I think she'd play pretty good again, most likely. If she's eliminated, then she's eliminated for good, with no rejoining. But I think she would be eliminated somewhere in the middle of the merge, most likely. And then, you have my favorite Disventure Camp character, out of all of them, Hunter. So, I liked Hunter a lot in Disventure Camp when we first got here. I still liked him even when he got eliminated, since, he got pretty far. Most of it was off of luck, 4 different times in the merge, but I still liked him. But lots of other fans of Disventure Camp, or just Odd Nation cartoons in general, really hated him. And if you're wondering why people hated Hunter, it was mainly because something he said in episode 4 or 5, maybe 6, I'm not really sure which episode specifically. He says to Allie and Tess to, let's not talk about this relationship in the game. We'll talk about after the game, and we'll stay as friends. But they don't, because of episode 7 or 10. Basically, when Allie gets eliminated, Hunter kisses her. But then, they never concluded on them two dating. They just wanted to stay as friends. But then, eventually he apologizes for it in the finale. But then I guess people still hate him. He would still be at the top of the characters I actually like. Top 3 favorites. Number 1, I guess. I don't know. And where do I see him placing? Most likely, I feel like he would be a finalist, but he was too far already. So I think he'll just be a late merger. I don't know if I said that right. Now, I never liked Rhea in the start of the show, and I didn't like her by the end of the show either, because of her evilness. I mean, you could tell me that, you already seen her becoming evil just by episode 3, but I don't care. I don't like her at all. But if you never watched it, basically, I'm going to explain in order. She switches Maggie and whoever else, Maggie and Yule's teams, then Maggie gets eliminated. She talks to Connor about her struggles of being an actor, then Connor decides to quit just because of it, but I don't really think. I'm pretty sure it was just Connor's choice, and he didn't really have a reason for winning, so I don't really count that. And then she probably had some third reason. There was probably 4 eliminations she caused, but I only remember 2 or 3. Yeah, but finally, she basically places a bunch of stolen items in Rosa Maria's bag and basically frames her for it. And then later at elimination, she explains it to Rosa. Then Rosa blows up at her. And then, that's where I completely started to hate her. And also, when they first revealed her design, I was like, she feels like an egotistical actor now, or at least looks like it. Like, it doesn't look like she learned from her experiences, like, at all. Even after, Rosa Maria kind of blow up at her. But, I feel like she's gonna be eliminated when teams are still in. Or maybe even an early pre-merger, or early merger. Then there's Jake. Jake, I didn't like in Disventure Camp Season 1. Basically, he was like Aiden in a way from season 2, except I guess just a little bit more character. To sum up his character, it's kinda whining about a lot of stuff, being depressive about a lot of stuff, and that's it, and being all caught up in feelings. So, I really did not like him in this season one bit. Now, I do think they could redeem him in this season at least, because I didn't like the way he went out, especially since he placed 4th somehow. I don't even know how he got that far. But I think they could maybe redeem him. He could fix his friendship or relationship with Tom. And I mean, he'll probably be eliminated in Merge, but Fury. Okay, I feel like it's a little bit weird having her in All-Stars for some reason. I know she was a finalist, but something about it seemed weird to me. But I don't really mind her being a finalist. I don't know what they would do with her since, it's clear the characters from season 1, obviously returning, wouldn't trust her since she did, she is the most smartest contestant and the most evil. I mean, there's Gret too, but we'll get to her eventually. But I didn't mind her in season 1, like, at all. She was probably at the top of my favorite characters, for that season. And, I mean, I think she'd be eliminated, late merge, because, I don't know, it seems like the type of thing they would do. But, I didn't like Aiden in season 2. Him and Rhea were probably my most disliked characters. I really just didn't like Aiden, because, one, he's very bland, and I don't get why people like him at all, because he's just so bland. And I feel like the only reason why people would like him is because he's so quirky. Just look at his design. I didn't like him. Out of him and James, I like James a whole lot better, because, James actually has personality, and he actually won the season, and, he was just the best. Now, where do I think he's gonna place? He's gonna be eliminated. Top 5 people would be eliminated. Like early, not late. And then you have Yule. Now, Yule, I did like him a lot in this adventure camp. I mean, we all thought he was gonna be a main villain, but then it was Rhea, and he got eliminated from poison. I'm not really sure if you could call it elimination. I mean, he had the most votes, but he was medically evacuated, but, it's whatever. But, yeah, I mean, from this picture, you can see that he got the MK treatment by changing his skin from yellow to a lightish tan. But I didn't really mind it. I actually didn't notice that at first until someone actually pointed it out. But I think, just from the picture, I think he's trying to go for a nicer approach towards people. I mean, if you watch season 2, he was a lot ruder. He's kind of just a generic rude guy. Not really generic, but he was just, morally rude to everybody. But I think he's going to try and act nicer. I mean, it's probably why he looks like a psychopath in this photo. But where do I see him placing? Probably a late merger. Maybe a finalist? I mean, I could kind of see it happening. I'd be glad to, because, you kind of got eliminated a little bit too early last time. So, yeah. And then we have Gabby. I didn't like Gabby not much. I mean, I didn't completely hate her, but she's like neutral for me, I guess. I just found her kind of annoying in the season. That's kind of one of the reasons why I didn't like her at all. I mean, I guess you could say it's because she's schizophrenic. I don't know what problem she has. Like, I don't exactly remember. That kind of sounded a little bit rude, but yeah, I didn't like her. But I could see her placing an early merger, at least. And then you have Alec. Now, I actually liked Alec a lot in season 1. He was one of the few characters that was new, even though there was only him and Drew. But Drew was he was kind of a terrible character, so I don't care about him. But Alec, he was really good. He has like father and daughter type friendship with Fury, which I thought was nice. But then Fury betrayed him, so, I kind of felt bad for him. But I am glad he's returning. I think he would be an early merger, maybe a late merger. It kind of depends if he wants full vengeance. And then you have Tess. Now, Tess, I think she's going to be way more determined this season. So, in season 2, she was kind of like, just depressed. I mean, for obvious reasons. And she didn't seem too into it by literally just, her personality. But I think this season, I just feel like she would be more, active. But I think she would be placing somewhere in the top 5 at least. Now obviously, James already won a season, so he can't be a finalist, but I think he's going to be an early merger. But in season 2, he basically carried the show on his back. Mainly because, between most of all the characters, I'd probably say him, Aiden, and Rhea are the main characters. You could count Hunter, Tess, and Allie too, but that's between them 3. But the entire show, it would be him, Rhea, and, Aiden. And since they are main characters, they have the main spotlight. I mean, that is the main reason why Aiden stayed so long, and why I hate him so much, because he didn't do anything. But James, on the other hand, yeah, I could see him being an early merger, eliminated. Now, I really liked Tom, even in the original season 1, in 2021. And I still even liked him in the remaster of season 2. But, I don't know where I see him placing, to be honest. I'd say a late merger, again. Because, I don't know, he's just that skilled. But if you're wondering who he is now and why he looks so different, if you didn't watch, season 1 fully, basically, he goes from agent to police officer, because Jake decides to, tell him off in an accident. Oh yeah, and also, another thing, I remember I was looking at him, I was like, him and Hunter, like, they looked a little bit similar to me. Like, just a little bit. Man, I mean, it's probably because of their hair and their skin color, from, like, how pale it is. They just looked a little bit similar. It would kind of be funny if they're a family. But, I kind of doubt that happening at all. Gret, I'm not really sure. Now, Gret is one of my favorite characters from season 1. Also, I know a lot of people hate her, a lot, but I don't know. I mean, I can see why you hate her, but she's probably one of my favorites at the top. With like Tom and Alec. But where do I see her placing? I think a late merger again, or I think she was an early merger last time, but I think I should see her, getting far. Oh yeah, I didn't show this in the video, but well, I didn't click it, but basically she's one of the characters that's gonna trigger a warning about weight loss. If you see her right now, and then you compare her to season 1, you can see she lost weight. So it's gonna dive into that and maybe something else, maybe 2 other things. I'm not really sure, but we'll see in 2024. Now Lake is also a favorite character from season 2. Up there with Hunter. Now I kind of don't want to say this, but I feel like she would be a early merger. Like, I want her to be a finalist, but then she got like really far last time, kinda. But at the same time, I think she was an early merger last time. I'm not really sure. I'm not really even sure if I'm putting that right. I think she could be either a late merger or a finalist. I'm leaning towards late merger because I feel like they would do that for some reason. But also, if they did do that, I'd be a little bit mad because she probably, she's actually a good character, had some good development, from going from the prodigy child to the independent, going against her parents, and all that. But that was the final person, so well, I did this in reverse order, but that was the first contestant that I last talked about. Oh yeah, and there was about a few other characters that people wanted to return. One of them being Rosa Maria. I didn't want her to return, but she would probably be a supporter character again, so that would be no good. And the other one being Dan, but Dan didn't really do much. Here's the thing, throughout majority of season 1, we thought Dan was going to be maybe a villain or amount to something, but he never did. He was kind of just there, and then his elimination was even worse because he got Gabby saved Ellie from the elimination, so then he got eliminated. I actually really hated that elimination, and it was a bad way for him to go out.